Hey. Hello to all 199 of you. Today we're going to talk about perimeters, and area, and circumference. Of well, you've seen these shapes before. They've been in math packets, been in previous classes. So really, it's pretty much just a review of stuff that you've had. So we'll just start kind of from the beginning, I guess. Square and a rectangle. We've got talked about kind of the characteristics of a square. Four sides, all sides are congruent, 90-degree angles, right? And then rectangle is like a square, but just longer than a square. So its sides are not all congruent, but its angles are. So some consistency there. And I don't know. Can anyone tell me how you would find the perimeter of a square or a rectangle? True?
Based on height.
So based on side is actually how we're going to find the area, right? The area.
I got the area.
The area is based on height, and it's the only thing you really got to know about this is that the base. Folks, can you just know which one is the base and which one is the height? That base is that horizontal side. You're taking those down. And the height is that vertical side. For a square, it really doesn't matter, right? What you treat the base and the height. The square isn't going to be like offended if you say anything about it. It's based on its height. It's all the same.
I make mistakes.
Your question?
How do you find the perimeter? I apologize for my friend Joel's bad actions. He wasn't thinking correctly.
How do you get the perimeter of a square or rectangle? And really, you're going to find that this is pretty consistent for all these shapes here. Perimeter, yeah,
Are
Joey.
you out of all the sides?
Right, yeah.
If we need to
have an intervention.
Just, if you want to, out sides. Okay. Blake.
I wish you were good today.
For a triangle.
No. I thought she just told Mr. Schultz that.
For a triangle, the perimeter of a triangle, consistent with square, rectangle, just the sum of the sides. And you've probably done that like 199 times now, found perimeters of shapes. But how about the area of a triangle? Area of a triangle. Drake?
Based on height divided by 2.
Right. Base times height divided by 2. And for a triangle, we talked about the base and the height. That base is still the horizontal side here. Okay. But height can sometimes be a little bit tricky. What is this height of the triangle? Caleb?
Usually the vertical line.
The vertical line. Yeah. What if you had a triangle though? Because not every triangle is drawn the same. What if a triangle that looks more like that's horrible?
No, it's great, Mr. Schultz.
It's
Really
You do you win.
Very horrible.
amazing.
Museum art.
Looks the same as the last one. So the base here is still that horizontal side, but what would the height of this triangle be?
Oh, it's from the point of the top and where the base, the point of it, and then straight down.
Right. The height of a triangle is never actually the diagonal side. The height of the triangle will always be a vertical line connecting that top point to the base. Okay? So the height of a triangle, always vertical, and connects the top point to the base. In a right triangle like we have here, the reason why this is the height is because that is the top point, connects down to the base. Okay? Is anybody wondering anything? Anything you want to ask? Yeah.
I'm wondering right now, he won't apologize. Why,
I am too.
that was very.
I might have to tell Laura.
You know what, how about I make 5 more, 5 more YouTube.
What?
If I don't forget.
My grandparents said
I'm not sure that 5 fake subs could replace.
No, but they're all me.
Yeah.
I'm your favorite student, as you said to you.
I'll make 5 different accounts.
I'm just not there yet.
I'll wait till literature so you can be happy. I'll unsubscribe at literature, not right now. Not right now.
Maggie, you apologize right now.
Or
You're gonna get mugged.
Folks, 3, 2, 1. Trapezoid is another type of quadrilateral. It's a 4-sided figure. And basically, a trapezoid has 2 bases, but they're different lengths. You most commonly think of a trapezoid probably like this. Okay? But a trapezoid could also look like this, where it's got just one slanted side, right, and then one vertical side. What makes it a trapezoid is that it's got 2 horizontal sides of different lengths. That's how it's different from a rectangle, different from a square. Okay, and so we call these base 1 and base 2. Okay, base 1 and base 2. Oh, I almost forgot. I gotta take this off. This was a gift my daughter gave me for making 200 subs.
Let's do it right now.
And the height of a trapezoid, like a triangle, is a vertical line, vertical side connecting the top base to the bottom base. So in the top example, the height again would not be one of those diagonal sides, right? It'd be a vertical line connecting the top and the bottom base. In the bottom example, you have that vertical line there, and so that would be the height. Does anybody know the formula for the area of a trapezoid? Perimeter is the same, right? Sum of all the sides. But for the area, Drake?
Is it base plus base times height divided by 2?
Yeah, good. So typically, what Drake said, how that's written is 1/2 times the sum of the bases times the height. Right? But it's essentially, like I said, the sum of the bases times the height, and then you can either multiply that by 1/2 or divide by 2. Okay. For a circle,
That's a good circle.
like
Makes you feel better than your brother was described.
I can help.
for a circle, the value that we care about most is that radius. Right? It goes from the center to the edge. And a circle is different from other polygons. It's not a polygon, as we learned in our homework today, because it doesn't have perimeter. The distance around a circle is called the circumference. Okay? And what is the formula for the circumference of a circle? James?
Pi times the diameter.
Pi times the diameter, right? Which if we have a segment going all the way through the circle, through the center, that would be the diameter. Or using the radius. Gino?
What about the area?
We're not there yet. Yeah. Blake?
If you want to do it with the radius, do 2 pi r.
2 pi r. Okay? Because 2 times r, or 2 times the radius, is equal to the diameter. So whether you multiply the radius by 2 to get the diameter, either way you're just multiplying pi by whatever that value is. How about the area of a circle? How about the area of a circle? Peter? Pi r squared. Okay? Folks oftentimes get that formula for the circumference mixed up with the formula for the area because they both contain a 2, a pi, and an r, right? But notice that the 2 is a coefficient for the circumference, and the 2 is the exponent for the area, and that's really all I have to say about that.
It's a question. A really legit one.
Yeah.
Can you face towards the wall and just drop the marker on the ground 3 times?
That's even worse.
Man!
Do it just to
I
show
think
who's
he
boss.
should be escorted out of the
Mr.
classroom.
Yes. It's a try once. I think you need to take a walk. One more. I think you need to go for a walk.
How come pi is used for all the calculations for a circle?
For circles? So the origins of pi, basically they found, and by they, there's been, the Egyptians are kind of the civilization that's most credited with finding pi, but it kind of came from a lot of different places. But anyway, the relationship for any circle, the relationship of the circumference to the diameter is the circumference is pi times the diameter, meaning they could calculate the distance around a circle by measuring it across the circle, and it started by multiplying that by 3, and they realized that was pretty close. Then they got more specific and more specific and more specific, but whether you're looking at the clock, which is a circle, or what else is a circle in here? This 8 circle here, that 8 ball there, or the circles up in the Club 250, or the circle in the floor. The distance around the circle is pi times the distance around.
All right.
Any questions on this? Yes, Blake.
Can we send Joe to
Yeah.
with the 6th graders?
What's wrong?
That can be his photo
Well,
stand.
I'm sorry, Blake.
I think you should take a walk. Yeah, I can teach.
Your assignment
Oh.
for
2, but all 6 for 9.
3, 2, 1, folks, you are quiet. Your assignment for tomorrow is to find the circumference in the area, whatever it asks you for. So in the first one, the area is 66, and you have to find the value of h, which is the height. So here's where you kind of need to work through the formula backwards. We know the area is base times height divided by 2, or 1/2 times base times height. We're told the area is 66. Okay, and what's the base of this triangle, which is that shaded section there? Are we using the 12? Are we using the 7? Or are we going with 19? What part of that is unnecessary? What part do we use? Yeah. Bill?
You do, it would be 5 because 12 points.
Well, this 7 represents the distance from the edge of the triangle to this section there.
Yeah.
So it's not saying like, kind of with the segment addition function, if we extended the side of this blue triangle over to here, that would be a distance of 7. So if we're finding the area of the blue triangle, are we going with 12? Are we going with 7 or 19? Peter?
19.
Not the 19. If we went with the 19, that would represent kind of this big triangle here, right? Because that's the horizontal side of that big triangle. Why do we have to extend this side out? Why is this green segment there? Why is that necessary? Peter?
Because the other line is a diagonal.
All right, in order to get the height, remember that height is that vertical line connecting the top point down to the base. If we go straight down from this point, well, we don't hit the actual base of the triangle. So we have to extend that side, kind of an imaginary extension, to get that height value, that vertical line. So this 7 is only there to throw you off, okay? Because it's not part of the triangle. The base of the triangle is 12. We care about, I shouldn't do it in green. We care about this triangle here, right? That shaded section there. The base of that triangle is 12. So we know the base is 12. We're solving for the height, and we know that we have to divide 12 times h by 2 to get 66. So some of this is knowing what the formulas are for perimeter area. Some of it is, using that formula to get an unknown side, an unknown value. Sometimes you are just finding the circumference like you are here, find the area like you are right there, right? For other ones, you have to use the formula. Are there any questions or
Apologies.
comments, concerns, complaints?
No apologies.
Wow, man.
You have any
Criticism.
complaints this time?
No
Oh,
criticism.
yeah, I have
That's
lots
all.
of complaints.
Gino?
I apologize again for Joe. He wasn't thinking.
I was
I think
thinking.
he never finished.
I was thinking quite a bit actually.
Your homework is to finish the page. It's due tomorrow.
Oops.
Bye.